Sister Veronica, now Prime Minister Mia Mottley is today, well, December 17, she was warning that lives are at risk as the nurses' strike continues. Now, this strike is led by, okay, Unity Workers Union headed by, it's led by Senator Caswell Franklyn. Now, Mia Mottley, if what she is saying is true, because she went online before the television, before the cameras, she went on a whole long speech about what a bad thing that this strike is doing in terms of coronavirus, in terms of Omicron, in terms of everything that's going on in the world. She was on camera saying what a bad thing it is. Dear Mia, Dear Mia, if what is happening in Barbados with the nurses striking, is the Queen Elizabeth Hospital closed down? Because if the nurses are on strike and if there's a significant amount of nurses on strike, that can really cripple stuff happening at the hospitals in Barbados. Anyhow, if what you're saying, Mia, is correct, call the national. Do you have a national guard? Call a national emergency. Call, put everything, close everything down and call for a national emergency. Now I'm also hearing that in light of this, nurses cannot access their personal funds. Is that true? Is that true? We're hearing that nurses are barred access to personal funds, and this is something that is being said by Caswell Franklin. It was reported in Barbados Today. That's a publication in Barbados Today. Now, if the nurses cannot get to their personal savings, their personal money to do what they do normally daily, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. But when you become prime minister, Mia, when you become prime minister, you gotta make bold moves, okay? So in my chat, I'm hearing a lot of flack. Oh, Mia this, Mia that, Mia should this, and Mia should do that. Mia, you need to get bolder. Stop complaining. You seem weak. When you came online, and I took in maybe 2 minutes of hearing you repeat, oh, it's a bad thing. What you're doing is a bad thing. In light of coronavirus, is a bad. Come on, Mia. Come on. You got more bronze than that, Mia. Okay, you are better than that, Mia. Don't you know? I guess you tried the nice stick first, right? You try to be nice. They say you catch more honey, you catch more bees with honey. Okay, so you're trying to be nice first, okay? But you got to close shit down. And you're talking about no VAT? Don't you need money? Aren't you like poor? Not you personally, but the banks and the central bank and aren't you borrowing money from the IMF? And how can you not have VAT? Isn't that something that you would need, especially at this time when people are spending their money for the quote unquote holidays? Okay, Mia, you need to do something. I know you are probably forward thinking and you want to be re-elected. Yeah, I guess when you want to be re-elected, you have to be very careful. You need to call a national. You need to call if the nurses strike continues and it is as dire as you say it is, you need to call an emergency, a national emergency, and close the shit down. Just close it down and see what happens. But call the bluff. Call their bluff. They strike, you strike. Okay? They strike, you strike. You cannot fight a fire with words. You cannot fight aggression with words. If they are going to fuck things up in Barbados by not going to work, especially in a pandemic, during the pandemic, you got to fight fire with fire. Mia, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, people like strong women, people like strong men. You need to be strong. Don't come on. I don't want to see you on TV behaving weak. Don't do it. Don't do it. People already know that you're just trying. You're just trying to think because you're not a weak person. So don't come off as being weak. Call a national emergency, and let's see what happens from there.